is Lisa Jernigan. I'm the president and CEO of BrightWillow Medical, and I'm a registered nurse. And this is Michael Chambers. He is my partner in crime. He's been a valuable member of the team to bring this product to where we are today. And I want to tell you a little bit about the history of development of the product. We're very excited to talk to you today about DermaCube. As a registered nurse, I was very concerned about the lack of ability to accurately assess patients who are at risk for bed sores, which is every patient in the hospital essentially. My biggest concern was that we're taught to blanch to look for bed sores, which means you press on the skin to see, you let go, if the color returns, it's healthy. If it pales, then you may have a problem. The problem with that method is, especially in dark pigmented people like African Americans, you don't get that blanching process, so you never have a way to accurately assess. So this product was to get us to that point. Now I'm going to show you this, and I'm going to stay off of it. I'm not going to stay there. I just want you to see the 4 stages of bed sores, pressure ulcers, and how bad they can be. Our product is to stop before stage 1 so that you never have to go through this process. And in stage 4, you often never have healing. Now, the product comes in 2 forms, a liquid soap and a lotion. But we're focusing first on the liquid soap because it has the higher demand and the higher use. Again, the purpose of it is to detect for bed sores, pressure ulcers, but it can be used for many other processes that begin beneath the skin. For example, venous stasis ulcers are a problem for diabetics, and Alabama has the highest number of adult diabetics in the country. The technology is liquid crystals. If you're old enough to remember what a mood ring was, that's where I got the idea initially, because liquid crystals change colors to indicate skin temperature when they come into contact with the skin. And then also you've probably seen the temperature strips that they use to show, if someone has a fever. One of the advantages is that they are used in a regular bathing process, but there are over 2.5 million people a year who get pressure ulcers in this country, and that includes 10% of children who are in the hospital. The cost is between $7 and $11 billion to treat. Now again, this is all just in the U.S., but bed sores are a worldwide problem. And in using it in the routine hygiene process, that means that when someone's bathing a patient, they use this liquid soap, they automatically see these color changes, and they're able to know if there's an area of the skin that needs to be assessed. In addition to the pain and suffering of patients and the cost to the facilities, bed sores are deadly. Christopher Reeve, the actor, died from infections from bed sores.
This is a slide that interested me. I've been involved in a number of life sciences companies. There are more deaths from bed sores, obviously 4 times as many deaths than ovarian cancer. I'm CEO of a biotech company developing screens and diagnostics for ovarian. This is a tremendous market. I had no idea. I also had no idea how much it affected people in Alabama, as Lisa pointed out. The annual treatment cost between $7 and $11 billion. Overall annual cost of what else you have to do other than just treatment of $20 billion. Now, the Medicare and Medicaid reimbursement change in 2006 is significant, because now if you go into a hospital and you develop a bed sore after you're admitted, the hospital is not paid for the treatment. And that's a critical thing motivating people to be interested in technology. $2 to $4 billion in litigation costs, 17,000 suits a year, 9 out of 10 times the plaintiff wins, the average recovery is a little less than 200,000. Surgeon General has called this a national issue for long-term care. The target available or accessible market, we calculated more than 20 million people. We have selected a target market of just a little over 8 million, which is a combination of home health, nursing home, and hospitalized patients. The reason we're focused there is because those particular markets have distinct points of entry and people who are responsible for purchasing. The incredible thing about this, so much is spent on treatment of a lot of the diseases. This is 95% preventable if you see it before it happens. It's low cost, low tech, no training. There are visual cues that can be identified by anyone, and it's part of the routine hygiene regimen. We have a broad issue U.S. patent, an issued U.S. patent, and the FDA. If you're not in the life sciences space and you're an investor, it scares you to death. Here, we are not treating, we are not diagnosing, we are just showing contrast in skin temperature, which tells a CNA, for example, to turn more often, and some other things. We don't foresee any safety issues. We think it will benefit from something called a 510K exemption. We've already identified a predicate device, which is a thermometer which uses liquid crystals. It's already been approved. So here's the financial model. We've thrown a lot of different model numbers of the market, either the 20 million or the 8. But we've assumed the cost of goods of $10 per unit, a $15 transfer price, $8 million in the target market, and a retail of $20, which we have talked to a couple people in the industry, which is, given what it accomplishes, is not too high. And we've only assumed 8 units per year, which is just 2 per quarter, which we think is very conservative. We don't anticipate a market entry until late 2017, just 10,000 units. And we're only assuming a 1% market penetration of that $20 million number by 2020, or a 5% market penetration of that focused $8 million market that we talked about. And somewhere in the neighborhood of 1.8 by 2020. Now, we're a one-product company right now. We don't intend to go out and hire a sales force. We're going to try to license this to someone who is a player in the space, even in the wound care or in the skincare business. These financials and the ones that you have in the business plan are focused on if that does not happen. So here's the use of the funds. We will optimize the formulation in the first 2 quarters. Regulatory analysis, you can never know the FDA. So I don't intend to do a product, we don't intend to do a product without having great confirmation from the FDA that we're good to go. And that's really critical when you're trying to license it to a large pharma player. Small batch production, which will lead to a small animal study. The animal study is not because we need it from an FDA point of view, it's to demonstrate to a licensing partner that this works. The confirming the regulatory path basically is an issue that we want to make sure will go to the FDA and clear up any issues that we might have. Here are the people on the team, physician expertise. I've been involved with a number of biotech companies. I presented to the FDA and I'm familiar with the concept. 2 chemical formulation experts, patent counsel, Bradley Aran, 2 regulatory experts, which we have a high degree of confidence in, and I've used the RCRI firm in Minneapolis before. And Hogan Lovells is very good. They're in DC. Many of you have a partner. So we're very excited about the technology. We know it's early stage. We know it's different than a lot of the technologies here. Thank you.